For centuries, classical art and music operated as an exercise in total command. Every note on a staff and every brushstroke on a canvas was strictly dictated by a creator trying to achieve a predetermined, static perfection. But by the mid-20th century, this rigid approach struggled to reflect reality. The post-war landscape was rapidly industrializing, filled with mechanical hums, television broadcasts, and the frantic, chaotic pace of new technology. Enter composer John Cage. He argued that instead of resisting this modern chaos, artists should actively embrace it. Video art pioneer Nam June Paik credited Cage with teaching him how to truly listen. Paik realized that even the most accidental mechanical noises held value, and their partnership marked a turning point for the avant-garde. Long before the rise of modern algorithms, Cage and Paik explored how to create within an age of technological chaos. Their philosophy rests on three distinct lessons: rethinking silence, embracing chance, and treating the machine as an equal. The first pillar of their philosophy starts with Cage's insistence that true silence does not exist. Even stepping inside an anechoic chamber, a room designed to absorb all sound, Cage noted that he could still hear the high pitch of his own nervous system and the low thrum of his blood. What we label as silence is really just a space filled with ambient noise. Paik described this concept as a state of fullness, an invitation to stop forcing a melody and start listening to the environmental sounds already surrounding us. Paik brought this auditory philosophy directly to televisions. By highlighting the static, the visual noise, and the empty channels, he revealed the inherent texture hiding inside a supposedly blank screen. Accepting ambient noise strips the artist of their absolute authority. Instead of dictating a specific message, they curate a space where the audience must confront the world exactly as it is, rather than how the creator might want it to be. Paik wrote that he owed his love of randomness directly to Cage. When a system produced an unexpected result, what we would now call a glitch, Paik saw an opportunity to explore new ideas rather than an error to be corrected. Cage achieved this by using objects like tin cans or by rolling dice to determine the notes, actively removing his intentions from the sheet music. Paik translated this method into live, avant-garde happenings. He incorporated unconventional objects and chance-based physical actions, like suspending a cellist mid-air, to defy traditional musical structures. Deliberately letting go of the steering wheel allowed both men to discover aesthetic expressions they never could have planned on their own. Injecting deliberate chaos into a rigid system forces it to generate new, cascading patterns that break free from human bias. By removing strict human control, the artwork stops acting as a static mirror and begins to behave with the unpredictable vitality of life itself. In the mid-20th century, many viewed computers and automation as a threat to human expression. Paik and Cage took the opposite stance, choosing to work alongside the hardware. Paik saw his complex synthesizers and monitors as active collaborators. The machine provided specific parameters, and he supplied the human intuition. This dialogue between humanity and technology is perfectly captured in pieces where ancient meditative philosophy literally sits face-to-face with modern electronic surveillance. Paik described working with these technological partners as entering a river. You do not control the water, you navigate the current and find beauty in the flow. This partnership positions the creator as a curator, responding to and shaping the patterns the machine generates in real time. These mid-century experiments with randomness and hardware autonomy provide a direct context for how we interact with modern generative artificial intelligence. Creator Jeffrey Brick applied these lessons in a recent AI video project titled Paik to Cage, built as a modern tribute to their influence. In line with Paik's love of the unexpected, Brick feeds disparate variables, like the intense gravitas of Orson Welles, into the generative engine. Those Western cinematic touchstones collide with Korean traditional drummers and modern pop aesthetics, mashing distinct cultural rhythms together in a single digital space. This illustrates the generative process. A single text prompt at the center branches into thousands of randomized AI calculations, producing unpredictable variations. When those chaotic branches resolve into a completed video, the artist evaluates the result. This lack of absolute control is how modern creators discover unimaginable aesthetic paths. Paik argued that art must reflect the uncertainty of its time. In a digital world, that means embracing the unpredictable output of the machine as a core part of the creative process.